Hi guys, welcome to another review video. Today I'll be reviewing Gemina by J. Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. Gemina is the second book in the Illuminati Files series. Please ignore all the tabs. I've never tabbed a book before, so I'm not sure if I actually did it right, but I think this will help me to do my review a lot better. So in Gemina, we follow the files, emails, and messages between Hannah, Nick, and a few other characters. We don't really center much on Katie or Ezra, but they do make appearances in this novel. Hannah is the station captain's daughter on the Heimdall, and Nick is kind of like a gangster, if you want to use that kind of terminology. He's got all these tattoos, and he has a significant tattoo on his neck of an angel, which basically means that you have murdered someone for your gang. So pretty much what's going on in this novel is just a series of emails, messages, and video recordings, just like the first book. And there's an invasion on the Heimdall ship, and this happens both before and after the Hypatia ship goes corrupt in the first book. And it also follows the Kinney spaceship as well, but not a lot. There is definitely a bunch of betrayal in this novel, and a bunch of twists and turns, and definitely things that you wouldn't expect to happen. Which I find that's a very good thing to read in a novel, because you want to be surprised when you're reading. You don't want to be so predictable. You don't want to read something and then be like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. I think Jay and Amy definitely know how to throw us off guard. So let's talk about Hannah and Nick. First of all, in the beginning of the book, Hannah has a boyfriend named Jackson. And, you know, they talk all sweet to each other. She has this little journal where she draws pictures of him and their relationship. But she also talks to Nick, who is her dealer for dust. It's very interesting to see Hannah and Nick's interactions together, because they're definitely flirting. And it's definitely something you want to hang on to. But when you first read Gemina, you remember that Hannah has a boyfriend. So you're just like, okay, why is this happening? Is this significant? First of all, these characters are not what they seem. You would think that Hannah and Jackson are just the ultimate couple because they're so in love, but there are definitely some things that happen that prove that wrong. I don't want to reveal any spoilers because this book has only been officially out for a short time, but there are some moments of betrayal between Hannah and Jackson, and it's just something you can't really get over, even at the end of the book. Those who have read the book know what I'm talking about. I mean, for me, I can't get over what happened. I can't forgive. I can't forget. Another thing I want to talk about regarding Hannah is her attitude. I just love it when the female lead in a book has just a snotty or sarcastic attitude towards her villains, because it is just amazing to read, and it's just like, that's how I would probably interact with a villain if I had a villain in this world. But it just makes me grin. It just makes me laugh when the female lead is just so sarcastic to her male villain, like, you know, basically telling the villain that I don't give a crap what you do to me, or I don't think you're going to do what you think you're going to do to me, you know, nothing bad's going to happen, you don't have the guts, etc., etc. It was just so funny to read, and I just loved it. There are definitely some interesting moments between Hannah and Nick that were just honestly amazing. There are some heartbreaking moments somewhere a little after the middle of the novel. I'm not going to spoil it again, but there is a moment between Hannah and Nick that's really heartbreaking, and you just want to throw the book at the wall, just like every other book that breaks your heart. But thankfully, there are some twists and turns. Again, I'm trying to be very careful not to spoil anything, but there are some twists and turns that actually make you not want to throw your book. I will say there are still some moments where some things happen that are bad. If you see Jay's Twitter name right now, it says Jay kills your faves off. It's actually true. Thanks a lot, Jay. Okay, I'm stepping away from the characters and talking about the little tiny villains in this novel. It's a little worm type thing, and it's got like a bunch of teeth. It makes me think of a leech, but a lot more dangerous. And apparently these things kind of carry the dust, I think, like in their gooey, icky skin or something like that. And the description for these little things the little computer in the ship talks about what they look like and what they do. And honestly, I've never read anything scarier. I've never really read a truly scary book, but that description of the little worm thing is scary and disgusting, and I was just staring at the book like, what did I just read? I definitely had to tab that and talk about this because I've just never read anything like it. It just seems like a nightmare or something you would see on television during Halloween with one of the scary movies that are not suitable for children under 14. They definitely appear a lot, and they're not really associated with the invasion on the ship. They're totally separated from that because the people doing the invasion on the ship don't even know about these things until somewhere near the end. It freaks them out too, but it just gave me the willies and just creeped me out. Just the description. That's amazing and horrible at the same time. Again, thanks a lot, Jay. So one thing I do want to talk about regarding not just this book, but also Illumini, some of the pages are difficult to read. For example, I had a hard time reading this part because I didn't know if I should go all the way across the pages or just go one page at a time. So really, I just went all over the place reading everything out of order, more than likely. It made sense, I knew what was going on, but I still got kind of irritated because I'm not sure where to start, where to end. Like, should I go here or down here and then down here? That's just one thing that irritates me about these books. It's hard to follow a path for some of these words. It's totally different if the words are just going in a circle on the page, because that I can follow, but not this kind of thing. That's the only thing I don't really like about the series and its structure, is that sometimes you can't follow the words and what path they're going on. So most of us know that Mary Lou, author of the Legend series and the Young Elite series, she did most of the artwork for Gemina. And honestly, I'm just amazed. Like right here, these are the people that are part of the invasion. If you got the advanced copy, you might not have these images in your book. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure. I just know that some things were not available in the advanced copy. But this artwork is so realistic, and it's just so amazing, especially the nicknames for these people. Like some of them are like Eden or Mantis or Two Time, everything like that. These are just people that are part of the invasion to take over the Heimdall. This right here, this guy, Cerebrus, he's the leader, and Callie is like the female lead, and just the way they're drawn, it like just kind of, it scares you. Like, it basically tells you that they're in control, and I think Mary Lou captured that amazingly. I didn't know she could do artwork. I mean, I've only read like one book of hers, which was Legend, and I didn't know she could draw or anything like that, but she does an amazing job, and it's just really, really cool looking. Because the first book didn't really have that much artwork, it just had like intricate designs for the wording and everything like that. But this artwork was a fabulous idea to put in Gemina because there's just so much to do, and there's so much detail that can be put into this book. I just really hope she can do more artwork for the third book, because God knows what's going to happen in that book. So really, I just combined all my tabs into different sections. Hannah and Nick, Hannah and Jackson, the artwork, some of the designs of the details in the book. There's really a lot going on in Gemina, but it is a wonderful sequel to Illumini, and I just give it 5 out of 5 stars. It was amazing. Honestly, I have 2 copies now because I didn't know if my pre-order would come, which I ordered all the way back in the summertime. I didn't forget about it, but I just thought, just my luck, something would happen and it wouldn't come in the mail. So I found this copy at Walmart a week before its release, so I just grabbed it myself. I wasn't going to tell anybody, hey, this isn't supposed to be released yet, because they didn't let me get it. But my pre-order did come, and now I have 2 copies, and I'm just going to keep them because why not? Anyway, Gemina was a fabulous read. I love the work of Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman. They are just amazing. I love the designs. I can't get over it. I still love it even after Illumini. Just one little thing, I wish I could follow some of the words. It might just be me, but it's hard on some pages to follow their path. But that's just a minor thing. It's not important. It still gets 5 out of 5 stars. I loved it. and I can't wait for the third one. Follow me on Instagram, like my Facebook page, follow me on Twitter, go to my Snapchat, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye!